those guys are going that way and I'm going to turn around and go the other way. So the tide's on the way out at the moment. I think we've got about another hour and a half left. So I'm just walking slowly along, seeing if there's anything poking out of the mud worth further investigation. I can see lots of little fragments of pipe, lots of metal, glass. It's so nice to be down here early in the morning. It's a beautiful way to start the day. I'm not the only one larking. Well, I have just seen a pipe just revealed under the mud, and so I'm going to go very slowly along and see if you can also spot it. Did you see it? It's just down here, and it looks like it might have a pattern on it. There it is. Now I wonder if it's in its entirety. Look at that, there's the heel. And you can see something there. It looks like it might be one of those pipes with perhaps a bunch of grapes on it. I'm not sure, hard to tell at the moment. It's always exciting, that sort of anticipation. But I can tell actually, if it is going to be anything, it's only a bowl. There's no stem on there. Let's gently ease it out. But it is a whole bowl. And yeah, it does look like a bowl with a bunch of grapes on. Let's just go and give it a little rinse off. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks grape-like to me. A nice first find anyway. Well, I've just seen another bowl poking out of the mud and it looks really beautiful actually. It's another knobbly one. Can you see it down there? It's just here, look at that. See how it's gone all kind of creamy coloured because it's been exposed to the air. And it's looking very knobbly. Now I wonder if there's any stem on that. I think we might have a bit more luck with this one than the last one. So let's do a little extraction, shall we? Let's have a look. Out it comes. That's lovely. A lovely knobbly pipe, which I'm going to now give a little rinse. There we go. Lovely. Now I've just seen a button here, down amongst all this metal, and I haven't looked yet to see if there's anything on the button. It's just down here, can you see it? It's just here. So I'm just going to pick it up and going to run my fingers over the other side. Actually, my fingers are quite cold, so I can't really feel anything. It doesn't feel as if there is anything on there, and no, there isn't. It's plain. It certainly looks quite old though, probably from the 1800s I expect. I wonder how Steve and Si are getting on. I can see them down there in the distance, right down the other end. Now there's an interesting piece of pottery down here in the mud. I'm going to see what it is and how much of it there is there. It looks like it might be perhaps the base of a bowl or something. Let's have a look. But as there's quite a lot of it there, I'm going to get it out and have a look. It's well embedded. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Let's have a look at this. Beautiful. Hang on, let's get that out. Well, it's rather pretty. Sure, I'll take that out and wash it off and see what it is, and I'll be able to ask my friend and expert on pottery, Richard Hemery, what that is, or what it came from. Well, I've given it a rinse. I'm not sure what it comes from, or indeed how old it is, but it's a beautiful piece of work. Well, I'm looking forward to finding out a little bit more about it. Okay, so I nearly missed something else down here as I was picking up the button. Can you see it? Yeah, it's that I'm looking at, and of course it is the top of a pipe. So let's have a look and see what kind of pipe it is and how much there is. Right, I'm doing the extraction now. It's a nice bowl. Just walking up the foreshore here and looking at all the timbers which have obviously come from very old ships. Now this one here looks as if underneath all the mould and gunk it's actually got some markings on it. Just see there, and also there. Some here too. So it's like somebody's etched something into it, look. And that's like more of a square with a cross in the middle. Just follow it like that. I wonder what that means. It's always fascinating to see the markings that somebody's made probably well over 100, 200 years ago. Oh, I've just seen another pipe over there. Can you see it? My shadow out of the way. It's just down there. Looks like a nice 1700s one. And I also can see that there is a nice defined stamp on the side of the heel, so let's go and take a closer look at that. Or maybe it's not that defined actually. Oh yes, yes, it's like a little flower, you see. Isn't it pretty? So delicate. That is really, really lovely. I wonder if it's got anything on the other side. Can't see anything on the other side. But a little flower there. You can just see an anchor being exposed here, look. There's the end of it, or one end of it, sticking out of the mud, and then here's the rest. Just gradually being exposed by the tide or by the erosion. So there's Stephen and Simon just there. I ought to go and see how they're getting on really. The tide is starting to turn now, so it's going to be coming in. So I just want to make the most of the rest of the time I've got just to explore the low tide mark. I just turned around to see a great big piece of shoe washed up here. Look at that. That's an interesting shape. Now that's one big shoe, or at least it came from a big shoe. Well, I found my first pair of 1800s earphones, look. Nice trendy wooden bits for your ears, and a nice bit of iron to go over your head. Now I'm always looking for interesting bits of driftwood to pick up because I like to make birds or Thames creatures with them, and that's a really nice piece. When that's dried out, that will make an interesting bird or something anyway. So I'll pop that in my bag. And here's another lovely bit of driftwood. I'm going to make a little range of driftwood birds. And that's perfect. See, it's a bird shape already. I don't even need to do anything with it. I just found this shoe sole here. What I really like about it is it's got some initials there on the sole. J.E. Well, the tide's coming in now, and as usual, the time has gone so quickly. If you want the time to go quickly, then just go mudlarking, because it just absolutely flies by. You think you've got ages, and then the tide comes back up again. So I wonder how Simon and Stephen have done. So let's have a little roundup of what I found. And as you can see, I became a little bit taken with all the pieces of driftwood. They're just so beautifully formed, and some of the shapes are so inspiring. I mean, that really is like a little bird, isn't it? So, rounding up quickly before the tide comes in. So I've got my pipes. I'm always happy to find pipes. And I do like this one here, this knobbly one. I imagine that if you've just had dinner and you've got greasy fingers, you're not going to let that bowl slip out of your grip, are you? It's either for that or it's purely decorative. But I don't have a knobbly one like that, so I do like that. This one also looks quite knobbly, but it's actually bunches of grapes that we're seeing there. So another nice design. A few other pipes, a nice range of ages actually. This one from about 1840. And this one a lot earlier from the 1700s. And it's got a very pretty, oops, oh my goodness, best way to break a pipe from the 1700s. But it didn't break, lucky. So it's got a beautiful little flower mark there on the heel. A nice little maker's mark, not an initial but a flower. And then this bit of stem which I picked up because it also has quite an interesting looking maker's mark, which I'll investigate a little more when I get home. So there we have the pipes. I've got this large chunk of barnacle, which I keep meaning to look into further, just to find out why there are these huge barnacles to be found. Like I said, probably they came in on the ships that have spent time on this foreshore. A few shoe bits. That's a massive great shoe bit, that is. To have a big foot to have gone in there. No idea of the age. This shoe sole, which I like because it's got JB on it. And this large chunk of pot. I also have my little button, which is here, and a few bits of pottery. So all in all, I haven't done badly, and it's been an absolutely beautiful morning. So don't forget, if you want to see what Steve has found, click on his video, and if you want to see what Simon's found, click on his video. Thanks very much for watching. Hi everyone, thank you very much for watching what turned out to be a very pipey and driftwoody expedition for me. And on that subject, a lot of people do ask me, why are there so many pipe stems and clay pipes scattered along on the Thames foreshore? Why do we find so many? Well, the answer is that they were essentially disposable. They were only smoked once or twice, and then they were thrown away. They were sometimes given away free in pubs, and people didn't attach the same importance to them as we do, and so they used to just smoke them and then chuck them away. So that's why we find all these remnants of clay pipes in the river, and also in bottle dumps and places like that, because they were just smoked and thrown away. People would laugh probably now if they saw how excited I get when I pull a clay pipe out of the mud. And the driftwood, I've been having some fun with that, trying to make a few birds out of it. I always find it very inspiring, some of those very, very old bits of piers that have washed off and washed up all smooth and inspiring with their shapes. I'd like to take this opportunity to really say a huge thank you to you. I've nearly reached 53,000 subscribers, and I never imagined that this would happen when I first started my channel a couple of years ago, I think now, and I started it a little bit by accident. So I just simply didn't envisage that this would happen, and I greatly enjoy doing this YouTube channel, but it wouldn't be possible without you, and I really do value and appreciate all your feedback, comments, suggestions and emails, and help identifying my finds. So thank you very much indeed. You're all valued and appreciated, every single one of you. I wanted to say also to Stephen, the man with the hat, thank you very much. He gave me a couple of lovely items that he made. A hat here, keyring, made out of coin, and also a pendant which he made, which is an imitation of a Roman brooch. And you can find some of the other things that Stephen makes on his Etsy site, which is Man with the Hat. And I also have to tell you, I think a few weeks I told you about my beautiful trowel pendant here, made by Wendy from Clark Jewellery on Folksy. Well, I've recently received some absolutely gorgeous tiny little trowel earrings, and they've got little Thames garnets on as well, and so they really are absolutely stunning. So if you've got a special archaeologist or a mudlarker or somebody who just likes little trowels in your life, then you may want to go and have a look at Wendy's site, because she has some really beautiful Thames inspired objects for sale. So thank you very much, Wendy, for those. Now, a couple of videos ago I told you that I had found a ring which I rather hoped was gold and diamond. I found it near an old bottle dump, and I asked my mud buddy Simon if he could test it to see if it is gold and diamonds, and so I'm going to play you the footage now of when he did that recently, and you can see the results that came after the testing of this ring. Now I think that's it, so I just want to say thank you again for watching, and have a great week ahead, and I'll see you again very soon. Thank you. Now this is the ring I found the other day. Very, very unexpected find. Like I said before, I didn't film it because actually it looked way too unbelievable. But you can see it's broken a little bit there. And what I want to find out is if it's gold, and I want to find out if those are diamonds. And so, over to you, Sci-Finds.
Do you think it is gold? Do you think it is diamonds?
I think it is.
I believe it is.
Yeah. Terry, you think it is as well,
think
don't
it
you?
is. But
I'm a little bit
the
dubious.
stones are mounted so well, I think it is.
I'm dubious, but we'll give it a go with.
You're dubious?
Because when I found it, it was very shiny, very sparkly.
Yeah. So this is just a cheap one off eBay. I'm not a jeweller, so this is only what I can actually, you know, buy online. But it's basically very weak acid, and you put it on to an exposed piece of the metal.
So do you need something to put the ring on?
No, I can just hold it. But what we need to do is a little file they give you, and you file down, if you don't mind me doing that, to get rid of any plating that might occur. Now, if it is gold, then there'll be no reaction, so the acid will remain clear. If it is a base metal, copper or brass or whatever, it'll either turn grey or black. Right? So we're looking for a clear, after we get the initial... This is what a jeweller would do. If you took it to a pawnbroker, they would take off like an area of it so that any plating comes away and they can test it without there being any plating to sort of, you know, otherwise people just plate metal and take it along.
Are you going to just keep doing that until it falls apart?
No, I'm just going to get the plating off.
Okay. I can see it.
There will be a clear bubble of liquid.
Yeah.
What if it's not gold?
Then it will turn grey or black. Alright.
How long we got to give it, Simon?
It does it pretty instantly.
An hour?
No, well, I would say that's probably gold.
That's
It's not
gold.
changed colour at
so
all.
it's gold.
Yeah.
It's not
It
changed.
is
It's
gold.
still very bright and shiny.
So let me hold it a moment. So it looks as if this ring is gold, judging by the results of the test, because the liquid is still clear. So it's gold. So now we're going to move on to test the diamonds.
How exciting.
Now then we have a diamond test. Diamond Selector 2. Much better than the Diamond Selector 1.
Oh, much better. Twice as good.
And you can actually, if you had a loose diamond, you can put it in a little diamond holder. That's that.
Oh.
And I very rarely find diamonds. So this is going to be pretty new to me as well, but we can see what happens.
Okay, interpreting the indication. Diamonds, beeping sound. Beep, beep, beep.
Right, you ready? I'll give it a go.
Hold on.
Diamond simulant, no beeping sound.
Go, go, go.
You've got to push it quite
gold.
hard.
You've got the volume on. Turn the volume up. Maxed out.
Yeah, it's up on full.
Right, we've got to go by numbers.
There you
go. Ooh.
It's diamonds!
Gone
That's
right
the
up.
beep, beep, beep.
It's gone right up,
You see, they are diamonds.
We think.
we think.
Yeah,
Let's try the
that's
other
what
one.
it says. Beeping sound, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah, it's
beep,
gone
beep.
right up to the red number.
There you go. It's gone right up to red.
All the way up.
So they are
Ding, dang,
diamonds.
do.
Let me hold it and just tell the camera. So, judging by the results of the diamond testing, it is a diamond now, but what I want to do now is test another stone that I've got here to find out whether this is a diamond. Because if this is a diamond, you won't be seeing any more YouTube videos because I'll be getting on a plane and
Off to the
flying
Caribbean.
abroad and buying a big mansion. Because look at the size of this sparkler. Right, Si, please could you
It will
test
be a good
this?
test because I know that isn't. And we'll,
If this goes off, it's going to ruin the whole video,
Yeah.
so I'm hoping it won't give a result. No, it's coming up as nothing.
Oh,
It's giving up a 2 out of 8.
it's a paste.
it's not a diamond,
Not even,
okay.
not even a zircon.